So I've seen a lot of people recently talking about the general state of Skyblock and just whether like what's wrong with the game. Um, and for me, there's a couple different things. And for me, I put together a list of 7 things or five, 6 or 7 things to talk about. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. So my first point is that the end game players care way too much about the admins making grinds easier to max. So what I mean by this is like I've seen a lot of later or like people who have max garden going on to complain about like reducing garden crop milestones, which are notorious for being like taking like 500 hours to max, right? I've seen a lot of people that have max garden that want to say, well, if they make crop milestones 10 times easier to max, then what was the point of me maxing it before? Why did they wait so long? And even HS Fearless made a whole video about this specifically, about how, like, as an endgame player, you should just not play until they make an update easier. And it's like, sure, but it's better late than never, right? Like, if a grind is too long and too just monotonous and boring, it shouldn't be long. Like, it shouldn't take that long. So, I don't know. I think endgame players care way too much about feeling like their time is wasted. When, like, if you're gonna spend 500 hours maxing garden, you're gonna spend endless amounts of time on the game anyways. So, like, why not? Why do you care so much? I don't know if that's just me or what, but I don't know. I just find that these players just care. Well, they care a little too much about feeling like their time is wasted, even though they would probably spend a lot of time maxing out an update anyways. I don't know. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, but I think they definitely need to make a lot of grinds in this game a lot shorter. For me, like Garden obviously is the easiest one. That's the freest one. I don't think anyone will complain about that. Honestly, for me, like the Catacombs is honestly too long. Like the scaling is so stupid. Like the scaling in terms of like not even just leveling up Cata, but like one Cata level. And once you get past Cata 40, each level is like a huge buff. Which if it's gonna be such a huge buff, I can see why it would take that long. But in my opinion, it just takes too long. We're not even gonna don't even get me started on class average because that's just a whole other thing. On like class average 50, like the classes just take way too long. They take way too long. Like for me, you should have at least like one class level 50 by the time you hit Kata 50. But I don't even know if that's possible right now. Like I don't think you can do it. But I'll move on to this. Just let me know. All right, my next big point is that too many like dumb and pointless things give Skyblock XP. And I've actually heard a lot of people, you know, say stuff like this, say stuff along the lines of this. And I'm not sure how many of you watched Candy Pat and Vid's most recent video where they spent a long while talking with Duralius about changes the admins could/should make to the game, and one of Duralius's main points was delete Skyblock levels. I don't completely agree because I don't think Skyblock XP is like the worst thing they've ever added to the game. It's not necessarily the greatest because it gives people egos and gives people like this elitist attitude and then it's hard to be a level 200 in this game trying to play like later game stuff. Like even if you have the gear and you're good enough for it, good luck finding a decent party because you will be treated differently than level 300 that has even worse gear. Whatever. But honestly, my point is this: like too much pointless, dumb little stuff gives XP. Like the last two personal harp songs for me. Like, why is it worth 120 total XP. Like why? Why is it worth any XP? It shouldn't be worth any XP. Like, I just don't get I don't see what the point in making players do that is. Like, people already get fed up just getting Melody's hair. Why are you gonna make them grind on like 2 songs that are so much harder? And you know, they recently made it so you only need 90% instead of 100% to get to get max XP. Even that's too much. Like, honestly, it shouldn't be worth any XP in my opinion. You know, recently they keep adding these consumable items to Slayers. Like recently with T5's Terra, they added the Vial of Venom. You know, there's the I don't even know what the drop is called. I think it's like Infested Maggots or something. A Festering Maggot from Rev Slayer. And like, it's not expensive. It's not like the rarest drop. But it's just annoying. Like, I just don't see why they need to have like consumables everywhere. Like, you have the 4 mining consumables. And now you have the Rift consumables. What else? You have like Bottle of Jerry, or Jair, whatever. You know, you have all these things that are just like, I don't see the point in them being worth XP. Like, I just don't. So my overall point is they just need to reduce what gives XP. Like, keep it to just like the main stuff, like skill levels, kata levels. Like, you know, they should have like a Hina's quest for every single island, and have that be worth a big chunk of XP. Like, I don't know. To me, max XP shouldn't necessarily mean you've touched every single part of the game and there's nothing left for you to do. Like, you've done everything to completion. It should just mean like you have a good base level. Like, you've completed all of the basics. You haven't. I don't know. I don't know how to articulate my thoughts, but I just feel like there's a ton of just small little pointless things that give XP for like almost no reason other than just the admins feel like it. I just don't see why we need that. All right, point number 3. So this kind of relates to point 1 about reducing grinds. Maybe what they should do is, like, instead of you having to, like, for M7 in particular, right? You need like you need a ton of like random gear and parts from this and that of the game, and I think a lot of that just comes from like players wanting fully optimized and max setups, whatever. But like, maybe what they should do is just like make like they need what they need to do. My overall point with this one is just make the early and mid game faster, and then make like the end game grinds longer. Like, I feel like it takes so long to even get to the point where you're doing the end game stuff already that like a lot of players just get unmotivated in the middle and just give up. Like mining, for example, it takes forever. Like for Iron Man players specifically, it takes forever to get a 655 just because of the sheer like material cost of the item. Like, I don't see why. Like I feel like 655 versus Devon Turtle is like the perfect example of like 655 should be like a really good mid game drill, and then if you feel like grinding and getting just like the extra really good buff, then yeah, have Alloy exist. And you know, I don't know if what I'm trying to say makes sense, but like, yeah. Alright, we'll move on. So my next point, and this kind of this goes back to like M7 and Kudra and stuff, and that's endgame players' high expectations are literally doing nothing but just gatekeeping players from playing endgame things. Like recently, me and my friends, which I'll pull up, this guy, level 472, I'm level 469. And this guy, if I can type correctly, 488. We were playing F7 Party Finder. And this one level, like 230, comes into our party and is like, ew, why are we running 3 arches, and why are we not playing every class in class? Oh, but the class XP and oh my goodness, what do you mean we're not doing I4 and PD and it's like for me it's like for us three like high level players, we don't care, man. Like we're playing F7 to have a good time, not to hyper sweat and like over worry about something that just doesn't matter. Like I just don't get it. I don't get why like these endgame players like okay, what I see a lot on YouTube is like M7 tank POV and M7 mage POV. And it's like these setups, that's like yes, like that's really cool. Really cool. That it's really cool that you can do M7 in under 5 minutes. But goddamn, like Party Finder is not the place to find a super hyper good party, especially an F7 Party Finder. And it's not like in the party description we had like hyper like we're going for sub 5 minute runs and hyper sweat F7. I think I literally think this was the party description. Like that was the party description. And it's like we're there for a good time, not to hyper sweat the floor. Like and then of course he's like, oh, before he left the party, he was like, oh my god, you guys are such brain dead monkeys. Come on. It's like I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way. Like if you want to like M7, it makes sense if you want to play that way, right? If you want super fast runs, sure. But like I'm just trying to progress. I'm just trying to get my boss collection up, man. And I can't play M7. I don't fear. I don't care. Like I don't care if people want to judge me for being level 469 and I can't play M7. Like I really couldn't care less, right? But I just don't get the like. I don't know, to sum it up, I think a lot of these like 15-year-old players that are like level 200 watch all these M7 like POVs and they want to treat M7 or F7 Party Finder like it's M7 like it's an M7 perm that's hyper sweating like I just don't see why it's necessary to hyper sweat F7 like come on, we don't need to be doing all that. I don't know, it just made me really upset. It just rubbed me the wrong way. And it's these endgame players that won't accept anything, like especially in dungeons. It's these players that won't accept anything but the best. Like if you're not like if you don't have like secret routes and know all these super hyper niche like stonk and ghost picks like secret routes, then they're too good for you. You're not good enough for them. You're not good enough to be in their party. I just I don't get it. And like I understand players wanting to have like some like M7. I don't understand players wanting to have like some level of gear or skill requirement because it's a hard floor. Like not maybe not mechanically a hard floor to like survive and get a run through in. Like I don't get the point and like expect in these like mid game, not even mid game. Like I don't get the point in these players having such high expectations for F7 Party Finder. Like come on, get out of here. Like, you shouldn't expect a super hyper good sweat run in Party Finder. And I haven't played Kuja Party Finder ever, so I don't know what that is like. But I would have to imagine it's not much better. Anyways, I'll move on. This one I think I'm gonna keep this one pretty short and sweet. But I honestly think Dungeons desperately needs like a revamp or some sort of update. Like I don't know how much longer this game is gonna survive with Dungeons being like in its current state. And it's fine, right? Like Dungeons has probably the single most like dedicated player base of any part of the game, right? But I just find it so boring, dude. Like they need something different. And like in my opinion, I think what they should do is if they ever feel like adding a floor or making like those new like jungle or desert dungeons, whatever, instead of making them like kind of short and then the drops are super rare, do it the other way where like the runs take 15, 20 minutes, but the drop is like 1 in 100. And then it'll still equally take as long. But like realistically, it's not like that bad to grind out. I feel like that would be a lot more fun than rushing through sub 5 minute runs, not even sub 5, like, you know, 8 minute runs average, whatever, for M7, for a 1 in 500 drop or whatever handle is. Like, I think they should. I think they could try it. I would like to at least try it. All right, and then one last point here. I think instead, if the admins don't want to make, if the admins don't want to make grinds shorter, like they don't want to change the number to make it 10 times faster or easier, whatever, they should do like weekend events where it's like, you know, plus 50% Cata XP for this weekend, and then like give players a reason to play. Like that's one thing I don't think the Hypixel does well. They don't give players a reason to play ever. Like who cares if someone plays F7 now or tomorrow? Like I don't see the point. Like people have to find their own reason to play. Like the game doesn't give players a reason to play. So it's like, what's the point? Like, and this is kind of the part of, like, I mentioned the Aces Fizz video earlier. I don't know if, I hope people have seen it, because I think it's a good video and he makes some good points about how, like, especially for endgame players like him, like these updates, there's no point in playing the updates right when they come out, because there's going to be some dumb number that the admins just came up with for no reason. That's just going to be stupid when, you know, wait a couple months or a year or whatever, and then they'll make it a lot easier to max, right? This part I agree with. Like, the admins don't give players a reason to play. Like, players have to find their own satisfaction, and it's like, I don't think that's the recipe for a successful game. Like, you know how many times this game I've sat on, like, I want to play Skyblock, but I don't want to, like, I can't find, like, my own reason to play. Like, I don't know what to do. Like I don't know. The game just does such a bad idea of making people want to play from a feeling of, like, I mean, like I said, like, players finding their own reason to play the game versus the admins, the game giving players a reason to log on then and there in the moment right now, like, hop on this weekend, right? Like, I think they could do more, like, limited time events that give combat XP, you know? Maybe, like, I don't know, maybe look at an election coming up and it's Aatrox. Let's like, you know, add 50% combat XP. And then, like, it'll give players a reason to log on and specifically do Slayers. Like, I don't know. I mean, my overall point with this, like I've been saying again and again, is just give players a reason to play the game. Like, give players a reason to log on outside of, like, finding their own stuff to do. I feel like that would maybe help the game survive. Anyways, that's all I got. That's all I have time for this video. That's all I could come up with for this video. So, I know I haven't uploaded in, like, 2 or 3 weeks, whatever. I just have not felt like editing. So, you know. There is a Road to Level 500 video in the works. I might finish it. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. Leaving on vacation actually today as I'm recording and hopefully uploading this. So, but anyways, I mean, yeah, let me know if you agree, disagree, what, you know, if I'm wrong, how wrong I am, how dumb I am, how stupid I am, how bad I am at this game. I don't know. Just let me know. Let me know. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video, maybe. Okay, bye.